All right, y'all, so a little bit of a red alert video here. I just watched a really fantastic clip from David Dole of the Rational National. He's a fellow lefty YouTuber. Now, you know, sometimes when I talk about the issue of YouTube suppression, I start to wonder, like, am I crazy? Am I wrong? Am I missing something? Because, look, I have a YouTube rep, and he's a lovely guy. Like, genuinely, like, I like him. But I honestly believe that even the YouTube reps are kind of kept in the dark as to some of the broader macro picture stuff that YouTube is doing. And, you know, so I talked to this guy and he really swears up and down like the algorithm's not hurting you, it's not hurting other lefty YouTubers and stuff like that. And so, you know, it does give me pause. I mean, look, I've been in this for about a decade and I know the way that the system works. But when you hear that, you know, you think, geez, am I wrong? Did I miss something? Well, look, I'm here to tell you, no, I did not. So great video from David Dole of the Rational National. He goes in and gives some specifics, gives some data on as to how the YouTube algorithm is crushing him. Again, it's not just crushing him, it's crushing me, it's crushing virtually every independent media outlet that you can think of. That's not hyperbolic. So what did he show? Well, look, his channel almost has 500,000 subscribers. Now, for those of you who don't know, the way that YouTube used to work is that basically the bigger you get, the bigger you can get. So it's almost like the growth is exponential. So you already reach a big audience, which then serves your videos up kind of in a meritocracy type way. It then serves your videos up as recommended videos to new people. Then they watch it and some percentage of them end up subscribing too. And so you get a lot of growth. Now, during election years, we found on my channel that we would grow about 30,000, 40,000 subs a month. That's during an election year, to be fair. So those are the big growth months. Now, normally in an off year, it'd be about half that, 15,000, maybe 20,000 subs a month. That's the way it worked when the algorithm was much more of a meritocracy. Well, YouTube, and this isn't me talking, you can go watch the clip, I covered it. YouTube CEO came out and was doing some interview about misinformation and disinformation on YouTube. Of course, the 2016 election was largely blamed on that, even though I think it's bullshit, and I think that's a total dodge, and Hillary Clinton was just a bad candidate. But she was asked about that, like, what are you doing about that? And her response was, look, one of the things we're doing is that we have now decided to prioritize authoritative news sources. And so what does that mean? That means CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, and probably the nightly news outlets, CBS, ABC, outlets like that, they are now prioritized in the algorithm. So if you are into news and politics, in other words, they try to redirect you to that stuff because that's the safe stuff. That's the stuff that they know, hey, we won't get in trouble as YouTube from our advertisers or anybody else if we just serve up this stuff. Well, there are consequences to that. The consequences to that are independent new media outlets like myself, like David Dole, we've been crushed as a result of that. And that's really not hyperbolic. So like I said, a good month during an election year, 30,000, 40,000 new subscribers. A standard month in an off year, anywhere from minimum 10,000 new subs to about 20,000 new subs a month. So what is, remember, David Dole, nearly 500,000 subscribers on his channel. What was his sub growth in the last month? Zero new subscribers on at least, I think the number was 2.2 million views. Well, what is that? Did David Dole suddenly start doing like a horrendous job? Is he just not interesting as much as he was before? What's going on there? No. This is not an individual failing. It is the system. He also goes on to show, listen, previously, the breakdown of people who would watch my videos who were subscribed or unsubscribed, it was about 50-50 for him previously, before the authoritative news sources changed to the algorithm. What is it now? I think it was like 72% of the people who watch the videos are subscribed. So he's not being served as much to the unsubscribed. And probably a lot of those who are unsubscribed who are watch are ones who, for whatever reason, aren't subscribed, but they purposefully go visit the channel directly. So listen, for me, you know, I'll share the numbers myself. Let me pull them up. I know roughly what the number is, but I'll give you guys the exact numbers right now for my channel behind the scenes. What was my sub growth last month? Now remember, In an off election year month, I'd have 10 to 20,000 subs, roughly in that zone. How many do I have now? Why can't I find it? Give me one sec. Plus 759. I got 759 new subscribers. Now, another thing I'll tell you, personal experience on my part, is when I go look at the back end of my YouTube channel on the dashboard, there will be wild fluctuations from minute to minute. So like I'll go look and it'll say plus 531 subscribers in the last month. Then 2 minutes later, I'll have to refresh it or whatever. And all of a sudden it's down plus 402. What? Did that many people unsubscribe that exact second? I don't think so. So look, the algorithm is crushing us. There might be other things going on that I'm unfamiliar with or unaware of. Maybe there's a glitch or something that makes it look like there's wild swings up and down in, at any given time. But we're getting screwed, man. We are. And the downside of this is no new sub growth, no recommendations to new people of our content means the particular message and flavor and variety of my show and David Dole's show and other new media and independent media and alternative media shows, it doesn't get out there as much. Crystal Ball has firsthand experience with this. When she was with Rising, I think she was in the top tier of the algorithm, and so she would do a monologue and get 1 million views. Now, I don't think they're in the top tier of the algorithm, and they get way less. Now, I get it. The channel's new. It's going to have less for a while, but they've been at it for a little bit by now, and I have no doubt that they're not getting favorable treatment either. Now, maybe they're in a slightly higher tier than myself or David Dole, because I think it's probably a tiered system for the algorithm, but it's certainly not what it was before, when they were the authoritative news source tier. So listen, man, I honestly don't even know why I'm making this segment, because I don't think it's even possible for us to overcome and override this suppression. I really don't. But I guess what I'm doing is I'm just begging you guys to help me find a way around it. I mean, share the stuff as much as possible on whatever social media outlet you have. Send it directly to friends, family, or whoever. If you're one of the people who happens to watch pretty regularly, but you're not subscribed, please subscribe. I mean, shit, I'm right at the doorstep of 1 million subscribers, and I'm not kidding when I say, I don't think I'm ever going to get there. Or if I do get there, it'll be in like 3 years at this current pace, unless something changes, unless the YouTube policies change. Because look, I like my YouTube rep, but I think they keep him in the dark. As soon as YouTube announced we have a new algorithm, and that algorithm is we're going to prioritize authoritative news, I was done so. From right then and on, I've basically gained like no subscribers. And so the views do not go up as a result of that. So we're sort of stuck in neutral, man. And look, I know, right? Play the world's smallest violin, but like I'm doing everything I can on my end. I'm still pumping out a whole bunch of content. It's still the same stuff that I was always interested and always cared about and always try to cover to the best of my ability and be as objective as I can, also as interesting as I can, so on and so forth. And we have just hit a brick fucking wall. And David Dole literally hit a brick wall. I mean, shit, he'd probably kill for 759 new subscribers. He got 0 last month. So, look, and there are people who have it worse than me. I think Jordan Sheridan is in an even lower tier than both myself and David Dole. I mean, he's got 100,000 subscribers. He does a live stream and gets like 5 viewers. Listen, I understand if you're a little skeptical and you say, Kyle, there was a big election and now there's not. The downturn is just organic. I can understand why you would think that. But what you need to understand is I've been in this business for about a decade, and I know the ebbs and the flows. I know the ups and the downs. I know the peaks and the valleys. And when I tell you the way the algorithm used to work is even in an off election year on a random month, it would still be 10 to 20,000 new subscribers a month. I'm not kidding. It was always like that. And now there was a month where I lost subscribers. There's, now it's, like I said, 759, which I'm not gonna lie, is actually pretty good for my recent trends. David Dole, 0 new subscribers when he does a fantastic show and his show should be getting out there to the world. It's really frustrating, man. Look, I'm not asking for special treatment or favorable treatment. Neither is David Dole. I'm just asking for a level playing field. I'm just asking for YouTube to get their boot off my neck. And it's not just about me. Listen, I disagree massively with plenty of alternative and new media channels, but I want them to have a fair shot at it too. But unfortunately, what this does is it incentivizes more clickbaity stuff. But probably the only way that channels that are in our tier of the algorithm can take off is if you cover some bullshit that's hot at the given moment, you know? And I'm not going to do that. I have values. I have principles. Look, you guys know me, man. I'm the person who, we launched Crystal Kyle and Friends. We take 0 ad dollars for that show. We don't read ads. I literally click off the monetization on YouTube for those clips. So, maybe, I'm principled to a fault. Even David Dole told me, shit, if Google Ads is going to run ads anyway, even if I turn off the monetization for us, why not put the monetization on? And the answer is, because I told you guys I wasn't going to put the fucking monetization on. So, shit, it kills me. Sometimes I click off the monetization and that video ends up being the biggest video of the week and it gets 200,000 views and I'm like, okay, well, I'm an idiot, but listen, I'm principled to a fault. So, I don't know what to do from here other than to tell you guys, like, subscribe, share, comment for the algorithm, try to spread it as much as you can, and god damn it, I hope YouTube changes this. Because this is about a free and independent media. It's about getting the word out there for our particular ideological perspective and our show more. And it's fucking obnoxious, isn't it? It really is. Because you do all this work and you care deeply about the issues and you put it up there and the idea is if I build it, they will come. And they ain't coming. And it's not like they're not coming free of their own volition. They're not coming because YouTube is blocking people from coming. So, again, it's not just me. It's David Dole. It's Jordan Chariton. It's virtually every new and independent media outlet you know of. And, man, YouTube better change the policies. And final point is, look, I get it. Some people say go to Rofkin, go to Rumble, go to all these different places. YouTube is YouTube. And Twitter is Twitter. And Facebook is Facebook. And they're gigantic, okay? It's not as simple as just go to a new outlet and then you'll be okay. If the number of people who use those platforms is 20%, 30% of what's on YouTube anyway, it's not worth it. And there's already been like 2 or 3 other attempts to copy a YouTube and they've gone under, Steam It and a bunch of others. It's like, am I really going to put that time investment in to not yield results? And is that platform going to be around for a while? And what happens if those platforms change? Really what I think should happen is, now I'm getting off on side tangents, but you guys know this. I think First Amendment protection should be expanded on social media. Social media should be treated as the public square. You should regulate them like public utilities. But also, I think there should be rules around the algorithms, that the algorithm needs to be relatively fair and meritocratic like it was before. Because in a situation like that, I guarantee you, I'd be kicking CNN's ass, and so would David Dole. And there was a time where we did. There was a time when a CNN or MSNBC video would get next to no views, and we would kick their ass. And then now, CNN farts and they get 500,000 views. And it's like, why? Well, because when you serve that directly up to everybody on their face as soon as they log on to YouTube, some percentage of people are going to click that. We just want fair treatment, man. That's it. It's fucking terrible and annoying and not the best tone to set here during the holiday season, but I just wanted to share this with you. It's some red alert stuff. Like, they're totally putting their boot on the neck of left media, and there's consequences to that. So we have to try to fight back, do whatever you can, and hopefully at some point we can convince them to change the policies because this can't go on.